In 1968, a coffin containing the bones of a man was found in Jerusalem, and strangely 11-centimeter long nail was found from the leg bone of the dead body from this coffin. Further examination, some researchers learned that he had been crucified in the first century as a part of punishment. The greatest example of death on the cross was Jesus Christ, and crucifixion images are most common of Jesus Christ. And crucifixion was an ancient Roman method of punishment. It was carried out with the intention of punishing in a humiliation manner with severe pain. In this method of punishment, dead bodies were displayed for days on cross as a warning to others. Sometime before being nailed to the cross, the criminal was beaten with a whip so hard, and sometimes this beating had shaken outer skin of criminals. After this beating, the criminal was carried out to the place of crucifixion by placing the cross on his own shoulder. Approximately, the weight of a cross is from 35 kg to 60 kg. In the Roman period, tens of thousands of people were executed to death in this way. And for to crucify the criminals, there are many forms of wooden crosses existed. In the beginning, crucifixion was done on a single pole. Later, T-shaped crosses were used to crucify the criminal. These T-shaped crosses made the punishment more painful. For to understand this scenario is much easier for the person who goes to gym, because when they're doing wide angle pull-ups, exercises are much harder than the normal pull-ups we do in the gym. Same like hanging T-cross will cause more pain in the hands and shoulders of the criminal. He stays in cross for too long time, the bones of the hands may become dislocated from their shoulder socket. As is in picture, we see Jesus nailed in the hand in many pictures, but here is more likely chance the body of Jesus was nailed not in palm but in the hands of Jesus. Why? Because when the writings about this were translated into many languages over time, there is a possibility that hands was changed into the palm. To an outsider, the most terrifying thing in this form of punishment is the nailing of the hands. But the hands usually go frozen at the first strong blow in hand with nails. But the real pain actually starts when the cross is lifted. Even if the hands are frozen in pain, the weight comes to the hands and often they feel pain that we can't even think about. In this case, the accused is to hold the cross with his legs. For to avoid this holding with legs on the cross, the legs were also nailing to cross usually. And while doing this, the knees were always bent so as not to bear the weight on the knees. Also, the bones in the legs of criminals will break with a large hammer sometimes. The time taken for the crucified person to die could be from taken hours to days sometimes. In this condition, the difficulty of breathing may increase. The criminal can take a proper breath only if he tries to lift his body's weight upon the nail of his legs. But due to pain and fatigue, the criminal cannot take such a breath. Thus, the victim may die due to suffocation. Otherwise, bleeding, dehydration, infection, etc. are likely to be the cause of death of the crucified victim. Sometimes the government will try to speed up the death of crucified victim by smoking the suffocating things under the cross. The method of punishment was widely seen 400 years back to the Jesus. Finally, in AD 337, Constantine stopped this method of punishment because of honor of Jesus. We check the history. Many cruel methods of punishment had